Good morning, guys. It is Miss Dixon back with you for another day of awesome math fun. Today we are going to be looking at our problem of the day, which is going to be on page 85. I also want to point out that you are assigned to do the daily standards, page 11, but we're not going to go over that today because it is pretty much a carbon copy of yesterday's daily standards where you are looking at dividing a single digit divisor by a decimal number. Um, so we're not going to go over that one, but I do want to look at our problem of the day as we go into lesson 17.7, the final lesson before we get ready to take our math test on Thursday, where we are going to be looking at dividing decimals. I did talk to some of y'all yesterday, and I'm going to talk to some other students this morning about how they're feeling before we take our test. We are going to go over our study guide tomorrow, and the test will be on Thursday. All right, so let's start off with our problem of the day that's going to be assigned to y'all today. That is page 85, where we are looking at dividing with a multi-digit divisor. That is the number outside of the house being more than one number. So we are looking at 368 divided by 23. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. When you are dealing with a multi-digit divisor, you know you want to start off by taking out the largest amount from your dividend in your groups of your divisor. So we start off with our list. The list helps us to get a good starting point for where we can go to take out the most in our dividend when we take out those groups of 23, which is our divisor. Good starting point is always 10. So that will be 23 times 10. We all know that that's going to be an easy number to multiply. You simply need 1 0. And then 1 times 23 is 23. So our answer is 230. Looking at our dividend, 230 is less than 368. So we can take out 10 groups. Let's just check to see if maybe we can take out more, maybe more groups. I wouldn't jump too high in this one because 230 is not that far from 368. So maybe try 23 times 20 just to see where it would put us. All right, I know I still need that 1 0. And then 3 times 2 is 6. And then 2 times 2 is 8. And we see that taking out 20 groups is going to be too much. So 10 groups would be the smallest number we can take out, 10 groups, without going over our dividend. All right, so we're going to start with our 10 groups. And I'm going to put my 10 up at the top instead of making my big 7. And you're going to see why we need to do that, especially starting today. All right, so 10 times 23 is 230. We're going to subtract that. 8 minus 0 is 8. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 minus 2 is going to be 1. All right, can we stop? No, because our remainder of 138 is more than our divisor of 38, so we have to keep going. Could we take out another 10 groups? We just saw that taking out 10 groups is going to have us subtracting 230. We cannot subtract 230 from 138, so we need to go smaller. All right, let's maybe try 5 because we know we can't do 10. So let's cut that in half and try 5. All right, come over, add 5 to our list. That's going to be 23 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Regroup that 1. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. We can take out 5 groups because we can subtract 115 from 138. So we're going to take out 5 groups of 23, which we already said was 115. Subtract that. 8 minus 5 is going to be 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. Right? We have a remainder of 23. Can we stop? If you said no, you are absolutely right, because our remainder is not less than our divisor. 23 is not less than 23. I didn't say it can be the same. I said it has to be less than. So we can take out one more group. So that's going to be 1 times 23, which is 23. Subtract, and we get 0 as our answer. Now can we stop? We certainly can, because 0 is less than 23. To get our final answer, we're going to add all of our partial quotients together. That's 10 plus 5, which is 15, plus 1, which is 16. So your final answer for our problem of the day is going to be 16. Please do not discount using that list. The list gives you all the different possible partial quotients you can use, and it keeps you from having to erase a lot because you have the list over here that you get started. 10 is always a great place to start, but it is not the only one you can use. That's why I still tested with 20. You can take out the largest amount you can as long as you don't go over what your current dividend is. All right, we make sure you are doing all of your problem of the days as well as daily standards, page 11. Both the daily standards and the problem of the day are going to be test grades. If you do not turn in your daily standards and your problem of the day, that means you could be left out of the crossover. And I don't want to see anybody left out of the crossover. All right, guys, make sure you come back, and we're going to cover lesson 17.7.